As coaches, we want our pitchers to become their own best coach. We want to make sure that we are equipping them with the knowledge and confidence needed to execute their plan every single day. So today what I want to do is I want to walk you through 6 things that I believe every pitcher should know about themselves. So let's begin with number 1, routines. To be a good pitcher for a long time, you have to know your routines. You have to know what you need as an individual. What do you need pregame, postgame, during bullpens, in the weight room? This is one of the clearest differences between an amateur and a pro, is just really understanding what your routines are day in and day out and what you need to do to be consistent with your process every single day. Number 2 is mentality. Do you perform your best when you are calm or fired up? Both ways can be effective, but you have to know which one works best for you. There are the Kyle Hendricks of the world, and then there's the Max Scherzers of the world. Which one are you, or are you somewhere in between? Kyle Hendricks is obviously a very calm demeanor pitcher, while Max Scherzer is very much fired up and an intense type of personality when he's pitching. So understanding where you fit on that spectrum is going to be really important. So you're not trying to be someone that you're not, and that you're optimizing what allows you to focus the best and execute one pitch at a time. So moving on to number 3, pitch shapes. How do your pitches move in relationship to each other? How do you attack lefties versus righties? So you need to know how your pitches move. Are you more of a north-south guy? Are you an east-west guy? Or are you a hybrid guy? And then how are you maximizing that arsenal to get lefties out and to get righties out? Because your game plan likely is going to be different depending on whether you are facing a lefty or a righty. Understanding your pitch shapes and understanding how your pitches move is going to be a really important piece in taking that next step to getting hitters out. Moving on to number 4, what is your best miss pitch? When you're ahead 0-2, what is your go-to pitch? When your back is against the ropes, what pitch are you going to throw? Here's just a little tip. It's likely not going to be your fastball. The majority of players, their best pitches are off-speed pitches. They are going to get more swing and miss, typically over a fastball. Like I was just watching the Texas A&M game this weekend with, I want to say, Nick Cortez. Forgive me if I'm saying his first name incorrectly. I know his last name was Cortez, up to 100 miles an hour, and he was throwing majority sliders. And because it was a good one, it was 88 to 90 miles an hour. He was getting a ton of swing and miss on it. I think they said on the broadcast it has 65% miss rate this season. So even if you throw hard, it's still probably not your best pitch. Understanding what is your best miss pitch is going to be really, really important so you know how to leverage those in the right counts. Number 5, what is your best strike pitch? So what pitch can you throw for a strike consistently? If your changeup is your lowest strike pitch, you probably shouldn't be throwing that pitch 0-0 or when you are behind. When you know yourself, you know when to throw what pitch to maximize it. So this is a different scenario. This is, okay, it's 0-0 or I'm behind 2-0, 3-1. What pitch do I have that day, or generally do I have, that I can pound the zone with and induce a lot of swings with and therefore get a lot of strikes with? And then number 6, strengths and weaknesses. This is one of the most important things. What do you do really well, and where do you need to improve the most? Remember, when we're working on a weakness, we do want to make sure that we're not letting it pull us away from our strengths, because I have seen guys do that to where they focus so much on their weaknesses that they neglect to do any work with what they do well, and then what they do well starts to deteriorate a little bit, and now it just becomes an average thing that they do well. Whatever your strengths are, really maximize those while also working on those weaknesses at the same time and really trying to figure out what is the lowest hanging fruit to bring the rest of your game up. So to recap, the 6 things that every pitcher should know about themselves: you should know your routines, you should know your mentality, you should know your pitch shapes and how they work together, you should know your best miss pitch, your best strike pitch, and then lastly, understand your strengths and weaknesses. Before I let you go, I wanted to remind you about my new course, Pitch Design U. It launched last Monday and is already getting incredible feedback. There are over 100 people currently taking the course, and I'm getting messages daily about the things that they are learning. I'm super excited about this, and I want to make sure you don't miss out on this. There are 3 modules covered in this course. Module 1 goes into the fundamentals of pitch movement. Module 2 dives into designing pitches. And then Module 3 dives into the analytics behind each pitch, knowing when and where to use your stuff. My mission with this course was to make it very applicable, so that whether you're a player or a coach, you're not just learning information, but you're actually using it immediately to impact your arsenal. So I hope you'll check it out, and I'll be sure to attach the link below.